Diva. Oh my goodness. The last podcast, I talked about the new light that's feeding into the world, the plasmoid vibrational light field, how to connect it to raise your frequency. What we are going to talk about today is how your DNA is upgrading for 5D frequency. We're going to get into more of the details of it. And so I know that you were feeling it, right? If you were listening to it before, to the podcast right before this, then 1 minute, you're feeling amazing. You can run a marathon. The next minute, you feel like you've been hit by a freight train. What the hell is going on, right? But what's happening is that we're in the middle of the biggest evolutionary leap in human history, and your DNA is activating. Now, what are we really experiencing in this DNA activation? What is junk DNA? How is intergalactic coding going to shift things inside of us? Like, what are the massive physical shifts that you're going to experience? And how do you accelerate your ascension symptoms instead of feeling stuck, drained, and overwhelmed? Okay. So, again, grab your tea, your wine, your kombucha, and a green juice. And if you're feeling fancy, maybe a shot of vodka. Whatever your favorite beverage is, and we're going to have some fun and activate you in this episode. So, let's talk about your DNA activating. It is activating. This is science. And science is finally catching up with what all of the mystics and healers and ancient civilizations all knew for centuries. Your DNA is not like some static, pre-written biological code passed down by the ancestors, blah, blah, blah. Your DNA is a quantum receiver. It is constantly absorbing, responding to, integrating energy, frequency, and light. And so right now, the earth is being blasted with higher dimensional light codes, cosmic frequencies, plasmoid energy waves, and we've never experienced this before. And if you want to hear more about the plasmoid light energy that's coming through and what to do for that, listen to the episode right before this one. Okay? Your DNA is listening. So, what you get to do is understand that your cell is downloading the latest version of Human 5.0. It's like the upgrade, the software upgrade that makes you capable of living in the fifth density. And you can't postpone this upgrade forever. I mean, I have friends. Do you have friends that like have the old iPhone and they're mad when they don't get the upgrades anymore? Honey, your phone does not have the right equipment to have the upgrade. It would blow it up. This is not an optional upgrade. Your body, this upgrade isn't optional. The energy of the planet is shifting. And so you either get to choose to sync with it or you can glitch out and you're just going to sleep while it's doing it. Your DNA is just like everything else in nature and the universe, it's light sensitive. And so it responds to light frequencies and vibrational energy. And that's why, like, we're all connected. And when I told that story before about how I wanted to feel ease, and I just really needed to feel ease, and I focused on ease and time abundance, ease and time abundance, and every hour in the hour I tapped into it. Everybody else in my world, as I shifted my frequency, everybody's frequency shifted too. It's like that 100 monkey syndrome that I talked about in some earlier episodes. We are connected vibrationally. And so if your DNA is responding to electromagnetic waves, light frequencies, and vibration, then guess what? The light that's hitting the earth is actually reprogramming your genetic code. It's waking up the dormant strands of DNA. Those weren't useless strands. They weren't random. They're codes for higher states of consciousness, increased intuition, faster manifestation, and multidimensional awareness. And so if you've been feeling like your intuition is stronger or your dreams are more vivid or you're picking up on people's like energy in a way that you never have before, this is why your DNA is coming online. And it doesn't feel like sunshine and rainbows all the time. Because if you are actively resisting this shift, you are trying to stay on hold of old, outdated energy patterns and the way things used to be, then your DNA is literally screaming for you to upgrade, and it is going to feel like you're malfunction. Some people are experiencing intense ascension symptoms: headaches, fatigue, dizziness, sleep disturbances, weird food cravings, not wanting to eat at all, high and low emotional waves, things that don't make any logical sense. And you might feel like you are shedding old parts of yourself, like certain friendships, relationships, and habits that don't resonate anymore. And that's because they don't. Your body, your energy field, and your operating system is aligning with the higher version of itself, and anything that doesn't match has got to go. So my question for you is, are you going to flow with this shift, or are you going to fight it? Because, babe, if you're trying to fight it, the train is leaving the train is leaving the station with or without you, but most likely it's going to be with you. You're just probably going to be asleep. And if you're feeling this in your body right now and your skin is buzzing and you're taking these deep breaths and you're nodding your head, it's your intuition saying, yep, that's what's happening to me. Let me buckle up. So let's talk about my absolute favorite topic, and that's the so-called like junk DNA. It's bullcrap. Bullcrap. If there's anything that makes me side-eye mainstream science real quick, it is when they talk about you having junk DNA. It's the audacity of these people to look at 98% of our genetic code and think that creation made a mistake, that it's junk, it has no purpose. It's bullshit. Do you really think that the same intelligence on the universe that designs galaxies, black holes, quantum realms beyond human comprehension just accidentally left a bunch of DNA in your body that is like a typo in a Word document? Absolutely not. That junk DNA that they've ignored, it is intergalactic coding. It is ancient divine intelligence sitting dormant in your system, waiting for the exact moment and the exact time and exact place in history where the frequency on this planet would be high enough to flip the switch back on. And that is what's happening right now. Right now. This new frequency is flooding the planet. And the solar flares, the cosmic upgrades, and the fact that it feels like either crawling or accelerating time at warp speed, it is the waking up of your DNA. Now you're more intuitive. I talked about the women that woke up the night of the election and they all were like, I just feel like it's so intuitive. There's something off. This doesn't make sense. And then when it went further and people were like, yep, the math isn't mathin', but I still feel peace. I feel calm. This feels totally different than before. That is an activation, a wake-up call, a hello, I can trust my intuition. This is why you're getting downloads before you even ask for them. This is why you're experiencing insane synchronicities, telepathic moments. You're picking up on everybody's energy before they even open their mouth. Your body is waking up to parts of you that were always meant to be activated. And we are literally unlocking strands of intelligence that has been asleep for thousands of years. Your DNA isn't some biological code. It is really multi-dimensional operating system. And the universe just hit update. And this is where it gets even juicier, because I know some of you are saying, okay, but if DNA activation is happening to everybody, why does it feel like some people are getting major upgrades while other people are not? Why are other people walking around like NPCs with a broken transmission? And that's a great question, because some people are plugged in receiving upgrades and upgrading the shift, and others, they have their settings on airplane mode. And you are not one of those people, because you wouldn't be listening to this podcast if you were. And that's what we're diving into, because DNA activation at this level, the cosmic level upgrade, is happening to everybody, but some people have full blown spiritual awakenings and others are just chilling. And there can be multiple reasons, right? Some people are just chilling. Like for me, I am not feeling this as activated because I've done so much work and I'm really opening up to it. And this is what I do for a living. So you're not going to see me running around and be like, ah. And do I get exhausted sometimes? Yes. And then I understand, I take a nap, and then I'm back up doing what I need to do. But I mean the people that are chilling or are really in negative, like they're like anti mode or whatever. Let's talk about that. And so if everyone has a phone, right? But not everyone is connected to Wi-Fi. You've got some people that are going to be plugged in, their frequency is high, they're open and receptive, fully receiving the cosmic software update in real time. They're getting all the downloads, the intuitive hits, the psychic moments, the synchronicities, the manifestations popping off like fireworks. Now, others are buffering. It's the ones that are in airplane mode. Not only are they not really aware that they're being upgraded, but they're really blocking it. And this is where it gets juicy, because you need to understand that your level of awareness, receptivity, and willingness to integrate determines how much of your DNA gets activated in your experience. And this isn't about you being a chosen one or having luck or alignment. You literally chose, your soul chose to go through this at a different way. And some people have more healing and more things that they want to do, and they want to do it at a different level. It's not about being better or good. We listened to the podcast where I said 3D isn't better than 5D. Remember that. But if you choose, your body can literally become a quantum accelerator. And if you are vibrating in a way that aligns with these new light codes, your system is going to translate this frequency into rapid transformation. And so if you're vibrating with fear or resistance or self-doubt, that is going to be like trying to like Netflix and stream on dial-up. Your signal is there, but your system is like running out of like data. It's like, no, it's outdated. But here's the best part. You get to choose. Everything is up to you. It's your choice. You are sovereign. You are divinity. It is an inner game. It's all about inner sourcing, and you get to decide, am I down for this or not? So let's talk about the steps to activating and accelerating, right? There's like 3 steps, really, really simple, to accelerate this. Okay, you're going to accelerate this. And so if you're listening to me, you didn't come up here and listen to this for some half-ass evolution. You signed up for this lifetime because you knew you were going to be a light worker. You knew that you were about to make a difference. You knew. And so you came here to thrive. And so I'm going to give you some steps to show you how you can really allow your mind, body, and soul to be fully aligned with this upgrade. And so step 1 is you're going to clean up your frequency. Yep. Clean up your frequency. You are going to really look at fear-based programming, toxic relationship that you're in, if you're binging any or consuming any low vibration distractions, your DNA activation will feel like it's dragging. And you're going to feel it. And so what you get to do is clean up your frequency and allow yourself to not move into lack or fear or gossip or doom scrolling. You're going to cut energetic clutter. Unfollow the chaos. You're going to stop looking at stuff that doesn't serve you. Because when you do, you're going to have a clean, easy upgrade. But if you don't, you'll have outdated software trying to fully upgrade, and you'll have all these viruses and all these things, and it's going to be interference. But if you focus on focusing on what's going to benefit you, focusing on joy, focusing on clearing your shadows, integrating your shadows, clearing triggers, doing all those things, you will see how fast things shift. Okay, so that's number one. Clean up your frequency. Number two, flood your body with light. I talked about this in the last podcast, but I'm not just talking about thinking positive thoughts or all those things. This is biological. Your DNA is light sensitive. So your cells, quantum processors, sunlight really does matter. It's a frequency amplifier. And so here's what you do. You're going to hydrate your higher self by going outside, enjoying the sunlight, flood it with the light. Imagine it, sit out there for 2 minutes and feel the sun, feel it just illuminating your body, and say, I receive the codes, I receive the codes, I receive the codes. Breathe in deeply. Stop treating this beautiful body that is shifting and vibrating and upgrading like an afterthought. And number three, you're going to work with these codes. Instead of resisting these upgrades, you are going to call them in. You're going to actively start saying, I'm receiving. What you need to do also is stop acting like your body is just some random meat suit and talk it to your body like the intelligent quantum interface that it is. So before bed, you could say, quote, I open myself to receiving these DNA activations with ease and grace. I allow my body to integrate at the highest level available to me. I'm going to say it again. I am open to receiving these DNA activations with ease and grace. I allow my body to integrate at the highest level available to me. And then trust it. Your words are commands. Your intention is an activation switch. If you say it, it's happening. If you decide it, it's so. You say it, and so it is. So don't make it any harder than it needs to be. You get to start just deciding that you are embodying your highest timeline. And you get to just let go of the old, step fully into the new, and know that your DNA is upgrading. And let me remind you this. You did not come here to play small. You came here to activate, to wake up, to remember your divinity. And in order to do that, I have many spaces to help you. You have this podcast. I know you're listening to all the things every single day. You can also join me in Divinity House. This is where you, as a frequency leader, learn to hold the codes of the new earth and activate your higher self. And then number two, La Lumiere. This is where you're going to be anchoring these DNA shifts and listening to nearly daily audios where you are going to be like, okay, this is what I get to do. This is an action. This is an activation. This is working for me. Okay. So what I want you to do is screenshot this episode and then message me on Instagram at i.m.thealignedsoul and tell me what your favorite part of this episode was. Check out Divinity House and La Lumiere in the show notes. And remember that you are so powerful and you came here to lead this shift. Hugs, kisses, and all of the feels. Stay bougie, be healed, and keep it divine, diva.